On January 1st of this year, your bank received a new legal power. It did not come from the IRS. It did not come from a judge. It came from a wave of new state laws that over half the country has now passed. And here is what that power allows. If your bank's software decides that a transaction you are making looks unusual, it can freeze that money. Not for an hour, not for a day, for 15 business days. And if the bank wants more time, it can extend that freeze for 15 more. That is 30 business days, 6 full weeks, without your consent, without a court order, without a judge ever seeing your name. And here's the part that should stop you cold. The bank cannot be sued for doing it. These new laws give banks legal immunity as long as they acted in what the law calls good faith, which means in 2026, the safest move for your bank is to freeze first and ask questions later. Now here is why this video matters. The moves that trigger these freezes are not suspicious moves. They are careful moves. Helping a child with a down payment, moving your own money between your own banks, sending your first transfer on your phone, things responsible people do every single week. Today, I am going to show you the 7 moves that are triggering these freezes right now, and the exact paperwork that prevents every single one. And stay for move 7, because move 7 is not something you did wrong. It is one free form that most seniors have never been told exists, and it can turn a 15-day freeze into a 15-minute phone call. My name is Kevin. Let's get into it. Move 1, your first digital transfer. In 2026, banks are no longer just watching how much money you move. They are watching how you move it. New monitoring software tracks what the industry calls your financial heartbeat. How often you log in, what time of day you bank, how fast you type, whether you hesitate on a screen. And here is the flag that catches seniors: doing something for the first time. If you have banked the same way for 20 years, and then one afternoon, you send your first large transfer through Zelle, or your first wire, or your first payment app transaction. The software does not see a grandmother helping her grandson. It sees a sudden behavior change on a senior account. And a sudden behavior change on a senior account is the #1 pattern these systems are built to stop. Let me show you what that looks like in real life. Maxine is 71. A retired school teacher from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Her grandson needed $4,500 for emergency dental surgery. Maxine had the money. Maxine had always had the money. But Maxine had never used Zelle in her life. Her granddaughter set it up on her phone and stayed on the line to walk her through it. So picture what the software saw. A 71-year-old account holder, first ever digital transfer, a large amount. And she was on a phone call while logged into her banking app, which is the exact signature of a phone scam in progress. The transfer was stopped. Then the account was placed on a protective hold. Maxine found out 3 days later when her mortgage autopay bounced. She did nothing wrong. The system worked exactly as designed. That is the problem. Here is the fix, and write this down. Never make a first-of-its-kind transaction cold. Before your first wire, your first Zelle transfer, your first large payment of any type, call your branch. Tell them the amount, the recipient, the reason. Ask them to note it on your account. That one call moves you from the suspicious pile to the verified pile before the software ever gets a vote. Move 2. This morning, moving your own money between your own banks. This morning, this one feels impossible. This month, how can transferring money from your checking account this month at one bank, this month to your savings account at another bank, this month get you flagged? This month, both accounts are yours. Every dollar is yours. This month, here is how. The banking network that processes these transfers, this month rolled out a new tool. This month, a return code, this month called R17 questionable. This month, it allows a bank to stop a transfer, this before it ever completes. This month, simply because the receiving account is new. This month, or the pattern looks unfamiliar. This month, so when you open a new high-yield savings account, this month because the interest rate is better, this month, and you move $20,000 into it, this month the software sees a large amount, this leaving a long-established senior account, this headed to an account that did not exist last month. This month, that is the textbook shape, this month of a fraud transfer. This month, your money can sit in limbo for days. This month, and if the elder protection flag attaches, it can sit for weeks. The fix. When you open a new account anywhere, start with a small test transfer first. $100. Let it complete. Then call your original bank before the big transfer and pre-clear it. Amount, destination, reason, small test, phone call. Then the real move. 3 steps, 0 flags, quick pause. If this is already information nobody at your bank has ever said out loud to you, that is exactly what this channel is for. Hit subscribe. We publish the rules seniors are never told every single week. Now move 3. And this one carries the biggest dollar amounts. Helping your child with a down payment. There are 2 tripwires buried in this one gift. The first is the federal gift filing. In 2026, you can give up to $19,000 to any one person in 1 year with no paperwork at all. $1 over that, and the IRS requires the giver to file Form 709. Now hear me clearly. Filing that form almost never means paying tax. Your lifetime exemption is $15 million. The form is just a record, 10 minutes of paperwork. But here is what people do instead. They hear the $19,000 number, and they try to stay under it. They split the gift. $15,000 this month, $15,000 next month. Some from checking, some from savings, maybe a chunk from each spouse's account. And now look at what the bank software sees. Multiple transfers, similar amounts, spread across accounts in weeks, all flowing from a senior to one younger recipient. That is not a family helping with a house. To the software, that is the exact pattern of a senior being drained by exploitation. And in 2026, that pattern does not just generate a report, it can trigger the protective freeze. Right in the middle of your child's home closing. Let me tell you about Earl, 76, a retired machinist from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Earl's son found a house. Earl wired $38,000 toward the down payment. Earl had never sent a wire in his life. Large amount, first ever wire, senior account, younger recipient. Every box checked. The wire was held. Then the 15 business day protective freeze landed. Then the bank extended it. 15 more. 6 weeks. The seller would not wait. Earl's son lost the house. $38,000 of Earl's own money sat frozen in Earl's own account while the deal died. Nobody broke a law. That is what makes this so dangerous. Here is the fix, in full. 1 clean transfer. Never split. A signed gift letter. 1 page. Who is giving? Who is receiving? The amount, the purpose, and the words, no repayment is expected. Then the giver files Form 709 at tax time. And before the money moves, that same pre-clearing call to the branch. The gift letter takes 10 minutes. The freeze takes 6 weeks. Choose the 10 minutes. Now stop for 1 second, because I want you to sit inside Earl's kitchen on the morning that deal collapsed. The phone call from his son. The bank telling him there is nothing we can do until the review closes. Earl did not need a lawyer that morning. He needed 1 page of paper, signed 2 weeks earlier. That is exactly why the Quiet Rules exists. It is not a book you read on the couch. It is the paper that lives in the drawer, where your family looks first, with the letters, the forms, and the phone scripts already laid out before the morning anything goes wrong. The link is in the description below, or scan the QR code on your screen right now. It is also in the pinned comment, and it comes with a full 7-day guarantee. If it does not make you safer, you pay nothing. Back to the list. Move 4, adding a family member's name to your account. This is the most common move seniors make after losing a spouse. It feels responsible. Someone should be able to pay the bills if something happens to me. But adding a name is not adding a helper. It is transferring ownership. The moment that signature dries, that person legally owns every dollar in the account. Their creditors can reach it. Their divorce can reach it. A judgment against them can reach it. And here's the 2026 layer, almost nobody talks about. A sudden ownership change on a senior's account is one of the loudest exploitation flags in the entire monitoring system, because that is exactly what real exploitation looks like. A new name appearing on an older person's money. The software cannot tell a loving daughter from a manipulative one, so it flags both. Opal learned this the hard way. 73, a retired bookkeeper from Chattanooga, Tennessee. 3 months after her husband passed, she added her daughter to her savings account, $41,000. The bank system saw a recent widow, a sudden ownership change, and a large balance. A report was filed. The protective hold followed. Opal spent 19 days unable to touch her own savings, while the bank confirmed that her own daughter was not robbing her. The fix is one document, a durable financial power of attorney. It gives a person you trust the legal ability to act for you, pay bills, sign, manage, without transferring $1 of ownership. Their creditors cannot touch your money. Their divorce cannot touch your money. And because ownership never changes, the bank's software stays quiet. Have it drawn by an estate attorney. And one extra step that matters. Ask your bank if they have their own power of attorney form. Many banks quietly prefer their own paperwork and accept it faster than outside documents. File both. Move 5. Splitting a cash deposit. I will keep this one short because the rule is short. But if you deposit more than $10,000 in cash, the bank files a routine federal report. Automatic. Painless. Not an accusation. But if you break that cash into smaller deposits, to stay under the $10,000, that has a name, structuring. And structuring is a federal felony, even when every dollar is clean. In 2026, this old rule has a new consequence. Because those split deposits now also light up the elder protection system. So the same mistake can now trigger a federal report and a 15-day freeze at the same time. But the fix has never changed. Deposit the full amount, one transaction. Bring the paperwork that explains the cash. Let the routine report file. The report is harmless. The splitting is what destroys people. Move 6. The large withdrawal at the teller window. This is the one that catches people off guard, because it happens face to face. You walk into your branch. You ask to withdraw $12,000 for a roof, a car, a family matter. And the teller starts asking questions. What is this for? Do you know the person you are paying? Did someone ask you to withdraw this? Understand what is happening in that moment. That teller has been trained, under the new elder protection rules, to treat your withdrawal as a possible scam in progress. And here is the trap. Getting frustrated, giving short answers, saying it is none of your business. Those reactions match the profile of a scam victim who has been coached to keep the bank in the dark. The more you resist, the more suspicious you look. And the teller now has legal cover to delay your own cash on the spot. The fix. Flip the script before they can run it. Call the branch a day ahead. Tell them the amount and the purpose. Bring one piece of paper, the roofing contract, the invoice, the estimate. Walk in as the customer who called yesterday, not the senior who showed up, asking for $12,000 in cash. Same money, completely different outcome. Now let's talk about what 6 weeks actually costs. Earl's frozen wire killed a home purchase. But look at the smaller version. That happens to thousands of people. One 15-day freeze means a missed mortgage autopay and a late fee, a bounced insurance premium, a card declined at the pharmacy counter, hours on hold, trips to the branch to prove your own money is yours. People pay attorneys hundreds of dollars an hour to untangle exactly this. The quiet rules cost less than a single one of those late fees. It is the letter to the branch already written, the gift letter already drafted, the pre-clearing script word for word, everything you have heard today, sitting on paper, ready to sign before the freeze ever starts. The link is in the description below. Scan the QR code on your screen right now, or grab it from the pinned comment. 7 days to look through it. If it is not worth it, you get every penny back. Now, move 7. The move that is not a mistake you made. It is a form you were never told about. The trusted contact. Every one of these new state laws, and the federal guidance behind them, is built around one safety valve. You can designate a person your bank is allowed to call when something on your account looks wrong. A son, a daughter, an attorney, a longtime friend. Hear what this form is not. A trusted contact cannot see your balance. RIFA cannot move your money. RIFA cannot touch the account in any way. RIFA, they can do exactly one thing. RIFA answer the phone. RIFA and confirm you are safe. RIFA and the transaction is real. REFA, and that changes everything. REFA, because when the software flags your transfer, REFA and there is no trusted contact on file, REFA the bank's only legal option, REFA is the full hold. REFA 15 business days, maybe 30. REFA, but when there is a name on file, REFA the bank calls. REFA your daughter says, yes, mom is helping with the down payment. REFA discussed it at Sunday dinner. REFA hold released. REFA the industry's own attorneys describe it plainly. REFA a trusted contact turns a 15-day freeze, REFA into a 15-minute phone call. REFA the form is free. REFA it takes 10 minutes at any branch. REFA, and most seniors have never heard of it. REFA because banks are not required to bring it up. REFA now you know. REFA if this video has earned it, subscribe before the checklist. Because every week we cover a rule like this one that somebody hoped you would never read. Here is your action checklist. Step 1. This week, walk into every bank where you hold money and add a trusted contact to every account. Free, 10 minutes, nothing to buy. Step 2. Before any transaction over $5,000, call your branch first. Amount, recipient, reason. Ask them to note the account. Step 3. Any gift over $19,000 to one person gets one clean transfer, a signed gift letter, and Form 709 filed by the giver at tax time. Never split the gift. Step 4. Never add a name to your account before talking to an estate attorney about a durable power of attorney instead. And ask your bank for their own form too. Step 5. Cash over $10,000 goes in as one deposit with documentation. Never split it. Step 6. Opening a new account? Small test transfer first, then pre-clear the big one. Step 7. If a freeze has already happened to you, put everything in writing with the bank and ask them one exact question. Which state hold law is this delay filed under? That single question tells them you know the rules they are using. Reviews move faster for customers who ask it. And if your situation is bigger than a checklist, a gift already frozen, an account already locked, paperwork already tangled, you can reach us at kevinexplainsofficial@gmail.com. Tell us what happened. We will point you in the right direction. One last thing before you go. These laws were written to protect you, and most of the time, they do. But protection you do not understand is just another kind of lock on your money. The seniors who lose weeks to these freezes and the ones who never get flagged at all have the exact same bank. The difference is one phone call, one letter, and one free form filed before anything happened. As the quiet rules puts all of it on paper, in your drawer, where your family will find it first. Must share this video with someone who has never heard the words trusted contact. As that conversation might be worth 6 weeks of their life. As I am Kevin, thanks for watching. Do not forget to check the quiet rules at kevinexplains.shop.